Does Sony really understand PC gamers? Because it doesn't seem like they do. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Belmont, and I'm back with another episode of Power Vacuum, the unscripted, uncut show where I ramble about various forms of entertainment media. And today I'm going to be talking about the entire bouquet of oopsie-daisies that Helldivers 2 just picked. For those of you who haven't had their feeds inundated and swamped with this news, well, prepare to have it because I'm talking about it now. And I wasn't planning on it, but it's everywhere, and I think it needs to be talked about because it's some big old mess up. So basically what happened is over on X or Twitter or Twix or whatever you want to call the platform now, Helldivers 2 put a post up saying that coming May 6th and on, any new subscribers to the game must also subscribe to PlayStation Network. This includes PC and Steam players. Now, this is a colossal screw up because you just don't seem to understand that PC and Steam players don't care about console at all. They don't play consoles. Most of them don't even own consoles, and if they do own a console, it's most likely just a past gen console that they use for streaming television. You know, you want to watch Netflix, you want to watch Amazon Prime, you want to watch Hulu. Turn on your old ass Xbox. Turn on your old PlayStation. Let's watch it on the TV. That's pretty much the use that those consoles get from PC gamers. And sometimes not even them. Sometimes they'll just connect their computer to their television. It's just a massive misfire on Sony's part. And I don't know if Sony is forcing Helldivers to do this, if Helldivers is contractually obligated to do this. I think their big mistake is making the claim that this was the plan all along, because effective at the end of May, anybody who already has the game also has to sign up. So by the end of May and the start of next month, everyone that has this game is going to have to also link with the PlayStation Network. And PC gamers just aren't into that kind of thing. They don't trust most console networks, and they're especially not going to trust Sony since it's the least secure network out there. I mean, does anybody remember that massive mistake Sony made when they tempted and taunted internet hackers by telling them their network was unhackable? It was insane. I don't know why you would ever taunt the internet in any fashion or form, but to especially target hackers and be like, hey, you got nothing on us? They're just going to do what they did to Sony, and they're going to make your life miserable. And now their network is notorious for being insecure or unsecure, both actually. And why would a PC gamer connect their computer to that network? Why would they risk their data being mined by not only PlayStation, who they can claim they're not mining your data all they want, they're going to do it anyway, but the hackers that get into the network? You think they're going to agree to the PlayStation standards and not mine your data? No. If they get in there and they find your stuff, they're taking it all. That's what they do. They're just going to grief you. And that's where part of this huge argument begins and ends, is that Helldivers is claiming that they did this as a security or safety measure because they wanted to make gaming less stressful and they wanted to have a better way of tracking griefers and harassment on their network by connecting with the PlayStation Network. And it just baffles me because I don't think a single one of these people would have survived 15 minutes in a Halo 2 chat. Like, the original Xbox Live chat and who you dealt with in those sections was incomparable to anything, really. Like, it was trial by fire. Everyone that played on the original Xbox and was in part of voice chat has suffered the crucible of fire that you get from a 12-year-old saying the most ridiculous things about you and your mother. And I don't think any of these people would handle it. They would collapse. They'd be crying in the fetal position on the floor if they had to deal with that. if this is their standard. And most people don't even buy it anyway. They put that statement out also saying that this was the plan all along. And while they did have it not that way in the beginning, that you could opt out, most games that have a network setting have an opt-out option, and they don't go back and retract that statement later. And if they do, they're probably going to suffer the same fate as Helldivers 2. Because I was about to buy it. I was on the edge. My back catalog of gaming right now is enormous. I'm still playing Jedi Survivor. Well, I'm not still playing it. I'm now playing it. I'm real behind when it comes to games. And I had some people I knew that were playing this that were like, hey, you going to get in the Helldivers? And I was like, no, not really. I wasn't planning on it. But if you guys are into it a lot, in a couple weeks, I'll jump in. And that couple weeks was coming up. And then this announcement came out. And I was like, hey, you going to keep playing? And they said no. Yeah, I feel like that's probably across the board, because when you give PC gamers an option of joining a console network or getting out, and those are your only two options, I'm pretty sure 99% of the PC crowd's going to get out. They're not going to join your network. They call themselves the master race of gaming for a reason. You can do almost anything with a PC. You've got emulators, you've got hacks, you've got ROMs, you've got the ability to mod games in the ways that can't be done on console. And why would they regress? Why would they go backwards? It's like I said, most of the PC crowd doesn't even own a console. Some of them refuse to own consoles, because why should they, when almost every controller works on a console, works on a PC now. Like, you can hook up your Xbox controller, you can hook up your PlayStation controller. Hell, Nintendo has a Pro controller that you can hook up to your PC and play with that now. You don't even need any of the consoles if you know what you're doing. And some people will sail the seven seas if they have to play a game. They don't care. They've got the PC. They've got better refresh rates. They've got better frame rates. They've got better video cards, better audio cards. They're more advanced when it comes to it. They're more customizable. And they're a more fickle crowd than ever before. And they're definitely not going to take an ultimatum well. And that's what this is. This is what it boils down to. This is an ultimatum from Helldivers 2 and Sony, saying, do this or you don't play. And, well, it looks like they're not going to play. And from what I've heard, there's a lot of people now asking for a refund on the game, because, yeah, they've got hours and hours into it, but now that you have this contractual obligation, or whatever it is you're claiming Helldivers to, you're basically no longer delivering the service you offered, which is a refundable offense. Like, if you pay for a service and that service isn't rendered as it is claimed, you get a refund. That's just how the story ends. And I don't know what you were thinking. And like I said, I hope you weren't contractually obligated. I hope Sony wasn't like just forcing you to do this. I don't know why you would, because Sony, the only thing Sony knows how to do now, from what I've noticed, is disappoint fans or remake old games. And this is a disappoint fan situation. Yeah, you really screwed the pooch on this one, guys. You should have left it as it was. You should have told people by the end of May, any new people will have to sign up for PlayStation Network, and give people a whole month to get in there and not have to sign up, and then grandfather them in. Let them go. But you're not. And that's not where you're at, and that's not the situation you're in. And I think your game's dead in the water now. I think people have jumped ship, and I think they're going to continue to jump ship, and I don't think anybody's coming to the rescue. Yeah, that's about it. That's my ramblings. And if you like what I have to say, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Maybe share this video if you want. Belmont out.